Hey everybody, this is Greg Gossett from Gossett Trading and Mentoring Live, and today is Tuesday, December 14th, 2021, and we are in the final hour of the trading day again. The final hour of the trading day is my favorite time to make my buying and selling decisions because at the end of the day, the large financial institutions come in and take control away of the price from the day traders and the algorithms. I consider the closing price where the large financial institutions move the price to be the most valid price of the day, and therefore the best price and the best time of the day to make your buying and selling decisions for your swing trades. So thank you all for coming today. I appreciate it. I hope you're having a good day. I hope you're having a good trading day as well. Currently, the Dow is down 84. Didn't want to scare anybody. 84 points, down 2.24%. The NASDAQ, however, down 208 points, down 1.35%. And the S&P is down 37, down 0.81. So appreciate you being here. Hope that by you spending time here, it is helping you with your trading and investing. It's always nice to see everyone, and hopefully maybe we'll find a good setup today. So here is the plan for today, everyone. First of all, we are going to run the U.S. legal disclaimer. Secondly, we're going to come back. We're going to take a look at my current swing positions, talk about when I bought them, why I bought them, and how I am going to manage them going forward. Did have some day trades today on Apple and Alibaba. I will share those with you as well. After that, we're going to go over to the board where my students have some of their positions. We'll talk about when they bought them, why they bought them, and how they are performing. After that, we'll talk a little bit about and spend a few minutes talking about trader psychology. I mention this each day, but the ability to create a plan and then follow your plan is the greatest skill you'll ever acquire and hone in trading. And the reason it's so tough is because money makes you giddy, it makes you depressed, it revs up your emotions, amplifies your emotions, and it can tend to get you off track. So we need to do whatever we can do to follow our plan. Position sizing, in my opinion, is the most best approach. Position sizing conservatively so that the moves are not don't amplify your emotions too much, either to the upside or to the downside. Okay. And then after trading psychology, I have gone down through the results of my scanner. I have gone down through the results of my watch list and Kamal's scanner. I do have three requirements whenever I'm looking to enter a new trade. First, confluence, combination of indicators lining up on multiple time frames. Second, a good risk to reward ratio, at least 2-to-1 based upon strong support below you and strong resistance above you. And then lastly, I need to have a complete trading plan for any market that I trade, for any time frame that I trade. That would include the following requirements for me. 1, position sizing based upon the market's current volatility. 2, knowing what your maximum allowed dollar loss is. Usually a good rule of thumb is 1% of total capital. Number 3, knowing where your emergency stop is. I hit one of those today, not fun, but they are necessary. Number 4, knowing where your end of day stop is. Number 5, knowing where your intraday profit targets are. Number 6, knowing where significant overhead resistance levels are. And then number 7, need to have a good trailing stop methodology in place as well. All right, so using those criteria, I am going to go down through the end of day candidates, go through each one, look for the confluences, the combination of indicators, looking for good risk to reward ratios, looking at multiple time frames, keeping in mind correlation. And if I find something good at the end of the day, I will purchase it right before the market closes. After the market closes, if anyone has any questions for me, please let me know. I'm happy to answer them. If you have need clarification on anything, please let me know. I am happy to clarify. If there are any stock symbols that you would like me to take a look at prior to the market closing, if you could please just wait till the end of the day. Oh no, I'm sorry, I messed that up. Put them in the live stream and I will get to them, and I'll do my very best to get them get to them before the end of the day. And then lastly, if my students have any new entries or exits for me, that's what I was trying to say. If you could wait till the end of the day after the markets close before telling me about them. All right, so that's the plan for today. Hang tight. I'm going to run the U.S. legal disclaimer, and I'll be back in 40 seconds. Thank you. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Please carefully read and/or listen to the U.S. government required disclaimer before watching this video or live stream broadcast. The video link and disclaimer text are located in the description section of this video or live broadcast, here and here. Thank you so much. All right, let's take a look and see who is here today. Paxton is here. Good to see you, Paxton. Hope Tracy's mom is doing okay. I know you updated a little bit us in the Skype group a little bit earlier, but I hope everyone can send some good wishes and healing wishes to Paxton's mother-in-law, Tracy's mom. But good to see you, bud. Appreciate you being here. Thank you for everything you do for this channel. Another person I want to thank is Leva. Mike, appreciate you being here. Thank you for everything that you do for this channel. My friend Nigma is here. Hello, everyone. Nice to see you, Nigma. There's Dan with the peace sign. Good to see you. Steve Burns says, hey, traders. Good to see you, Steve. Thank you for being here. Thank you for everything that you do for this channel. Hope you are having a wonderful day. Steve says, market breadth. 51% of all market gains since April are from just 5 stocks: Google, Microsoft, Apple, Nvidia, and Tesla, from Goldman Sachs. Yeah, I read something similar to that as well, that the indexes, if they did not have those stocks in there, would actually be in a bear market. Tiffany is here. Good to see you. Oh, I think I saw you yesterday. We tried to take a look at the symbol. I don't know if I'm going to be able to take a look at that based upon yesterday. Nope. I'm not able to pull that up on the chart, but thanks for coming, Tiffany. Wiener Dog Trading. Good to see you, Karen. Hope you're having a wonderful day, my friend. Steve says most growth and tech stocks outside the big cap indexes and big cap leading stocks have been destroyed in the past 2 months. Yeah, we talked about that a couple months ago, if I remember correctly, that the market breadth was horrible. It was the big monster stocks that were leading the way, lifting and keeping the indexes up, but the smaller stocks had horrible price action and came down. So majority of stocks going down, the big 5 going up, and that's what's caused this sense that the indexes are all doing fine, but really it's based upon those 5 big stocks like Steve mentioned. There's Frank. Good to see you, Frank. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Thank you for everything that you do for this channel. Love your poems. I know everyone else does as well. All right, well, let's get started. Earlier, I talked about an emergency stop. I always have to have an emergency stop in place. I have an end-of-day stop, which 95% of the time I will hit the end-of-day stop, but I have to have a maximum allowed loss. For me, it's the value of 2 ATRs below my entry. I did buy silver under 30, over 30, false breakout to the downside, bullish engulfing bar. V1 was good. I like the signal, bought it at 32.54. It kind of moved sideways, went down, held the 30, rallied the last couple days. Only saving grace here is that I was able to take some profit targets up because the last couple days did, so it mitigated my loss today. But I did hit my emergency stop, which was 2 ATRs from my entry right at the open, and then it rallied. But that's how it goes. I have to determine what the maximum allowed loss is that I can handle percentage wise to not destroy my account, and that was it. So no questions asked. I got out at 30.30, so I am out of AGQ with the loss. DIA, Ava, Leva, Dynamic Duo, Karen and I, we had a nice trade on Diamonds with an intraday rejection of the 200, bought this at 345.80, moved up nicely, moved 1.5 ATRs from my entry point, so I went into trailing stop mode, moved up again, moved sideways. Yesterday had a close below the previous day's low. That was my signal to sell half and lock in half profits, which so far I am glad I did because we are down today. Right now, well off the lows though. But right now, this is down 0.16% on the day, and I'm sorry, 0.16%. Did I say that? I thought I said 1.6. 0.16% on the day, but the trade is up 3.01%. PayPal. Lova, Jonathan, and I did buy PayPal. This sideways motion here, under 30, over 30 was my trigger. Bought at 185.05, moved up nicely, took profits along the way, got to trailing stop level, which is 1.5 ATRs from my entry. A couple days later, we had a close below the previous day's low. Once I go into trailing stop mode, I lock in half profits if it closes below the previous day's low. Another rule I have, if I take an under 30, over 30, and it moves 1.5 ATRs from my entry, then if it ever gets back to trailing stop level, then I get out. And that's what happened this morning at the open. It was actually a little underneath my entry because it gapped down, has reversed back up, but profitable trade nonetheless, and I am out of PayPal. SPY, not a good overnight SPY trade. I do buy the SPY every day at the close. I hold it overnight. I sell it first thing the next morning. It's been a great strategy over the last few years, but it is streaky both to the upside and the downside. I did buy SPY yesterday at the close at 466.57. I sold it at the open this morning at 463.10. So got in at 466.57, got out at 463.10 with the gap down. I will be buying this again today. THC, Karen, Ava, Dynamic Duo, and Lova and I did buy Tenet Healthcare with this higher low V1 520 crossover. Bought this at 75.88. It's 76.55. It is up 0.24% on the day, and it's up 0.84% on the trade. All right, let's go to day trades. I have Apple. Let's see, I only had one on Apple. Yeah, here we go. Really like this trade, and it worked out well. I had a double bottom with the bullish divergence. Here's the first low with red MACD bars. We rallied to green. We came back. We went lower than that previous low, but there was no red to be found. That's called the double bottom bullish divergence. But then I need an entry. My entry was an under 30, over 30. I bought at 172.55. I took some profits at 172.78. I took some profits at 172.96. Took some more profits up here, 173.35. And the last profit target up here at 173.83. So I like to get out on strength, and then I like to go look for another day trade that has a better risk to reward ratio. So really good trade in at 172.55, out at 172.78, out at 172.96, out at 173.35, and out at 173.83. Okay, Alibaba. I also had a trade on Alibaba. I had two of them. I had a short trade. A lot of people ask me about shorting. My preference is always to short lower highs. We had a big move up here. This dip was bought. Then we had a lower high here with the V1 was the trigger. I got in at 125.72. I covered some of the short at 125.34. I covered more of the short at 124.80, and then it came back to my break even point, and I got out of the rest the last quarter at break even. So lower high V1 to the downside, shorted at 125.72, covered at 125.34, covered at 124.80, and then the remaining, when it got to break even, I got out. I did have a long position here, which was a higher low V1, bought at 125.93. Next bar came down, closed below halfway of the washout bar. I took a very small loss. It went up after. If I would have held it, I've been very happy, but I have to follow the rules. A very small loss. I went long at 125.93, got out at 125.90, so I lost 3 cents. Okay, so those are the day trades. So we had 2 of 3, not bad. Okay. There is Ava. Nice to see you, Ava. Hope you're having a wonderful day, my friend. And hope your trading's going well. And thank you for everything that you do for this channel. I really appreciate it. And I know everyone else does as well. Okay. Let's get over, take a look at current positions. Kamal did have an entry today, an intraday entry on Shopify at 1345 even. It's currently 1351.22. So he is up on the trade. So congratulations, Kamal, and you can just update us at the end what you're doing with that. Dynamic Duo. I know Paxton got this yesterday. Kind of a happy accident, but glad for him. He bought at 59.84. It's 61.25. It's up 2.59% on the day and 2.59% on the trade. So congratulations, Dynamic Duo. Facebook, we have Steve Burns and Karen did buy the 520 crossover yesterday at 337.17. Went down. It has closed back above the 200-day, which is a good sign definitely for this trade. Slightly down on the day and slightly down on the trade. MSTR, Lova bought MSTR with an under 30, over 30. Bought at 597.27. Did move up. Hope Lova took a little profits off the table as it moved up. His end of day stop is the 30 RSI. It is holding at 33.65, but it is up on the day, but it is still down on the trade. Bitcoin really been bashed up lately. IWM, Karen bought IWM with an under 30, over 30 at 214.47. Moved up beautifully, moved 1.5 ATRs from entry. Did have a close below the previous day's low. Yesterday sold half. So anyway, Karen's going to have to update me on this. It looks like it's down on the day, but still technically up on the trade. Definitely up on the trade because she took profits on the way up, I believe, and then had a trailing stop as well. IPG, Dynamic Duo, just had a monster trade here. Under 200, over 200. Great risk to reward ratio, bought at 33.18. It's 36.73. It's down 0.33% today, but on the trade, up 9.72%. So congratulations, Tracy and Paxton. INDA. Oh, yeah, I think everyone's out of that one. Let me put this over here, though, because INDA. Okay. Cube. Lova bought Cube yesterday with a higher low V2. Bought this at 54.91. It's 54.11. Is down on the day, 1.51%, and actually also down on the trade as well. Berkshire Hathaway has been what a wonderful trade. Ava, my gosh, beautiful trade. I mean, this is the epitome of a trade. Buy at support, rejection of the level, good risk to reward ratio. Bought this at 277.50. It's 295.41. It's up 1.78%. And this particular trade for Ava up 6.06%. So very, very nice trade there. Okay, we have, we already did IWM. Goldman Sachs, Dave, I think that is a weekly trade. Boeing, Kamal bought Boeing back here under 30, over 30 at 194 even. It's 196.42. It is down on the day, but it is still up on the trade. FCX. Ava's going to have to remind me. Ava, was your FCX a weekly trade or a daily trade? I can't remember. I didn't note it on here. Okay. ABT, Dynamic Duo, nice sideways motion, 520 crossover in the value zone, bought at 128.10. It's 132.96. It is down 2.81% today, but the Dynamic Duo is up 3.65% on the trade, which is fantastic. And then ANET Ava, another beautiful trade here from Ava, 520 crossover at 125.50. It's 130.95. It is down 0.93% today, but on the trade, Ava is up 4.17%. Way to go. All right, we have a poem from Frank. Let me copy this down here. All right, let's put that on in there like so, and let's read the poem. The right entry is key to buying a stock. Timing is an art, an internal clock. It's the feel of a tumbler, the opening of a lock. Sometimes opportunity is heard with a soft, gentle knock. Wow, is that good? The right entry is key to buying a stock. Timing is an art, an internal clock. It's the feel of a tumbler, the opening of a lock. Sometimes opportunity is heard with a soft, gentle knock. Oh, so good, Frank. Thank you so much, sir. Let's see. Ava said that was on the daily, so I imagine, yeah, I think Ava got this here at 38.74. It is up on the day, but slightly down on the trade, and I believe that was with the 520 crossover was the entry. Dan says lots of hand clapping for Frank's poem. I completely 100% agree. It's a beautiful, beautiful poem, and they all are. And Paxton says thank you as well. All right. So let me go back, do a little recap of current positions. AGQ, I did get stopped out today with an emergency stop. I am out of AGQ. The DIA, down a little bit today, but nicely up on the trade. PayPal, got out at the open this morning. I am out of PayPal. It's rallied nice, but I am out of open, out at the open. SPY, overnight SPY trade was down. We'll be buying it again at the close, of course. And then THC up today, doing quite well. All right, so the Dow's down 62 points at the moment. NASDAQ's now down only 163, and the S&P is down 30. Okie doke. All right, give me 1 second to take care of a couple things here. All right. And let me find that. Okay. Good to go. Ava says, you are such an artist, Frank. Yes, I agree. Frank says, thank you, Greg, Dan, Karen, Paxton, Enigma, and Ava. Thank you, Frank. Really, really, thank you. All right. So it is getting close to trader psychology land. And this is the part of the podcast where I do like to pick from some good Facebook and Twitter channels that I follow on Facebook and Twitter. And there's some great ones out there. Of course, Steve Burns, Trading Composure, all sorts of good ones. I talk about them every day. But a new one here I really like is the Divergent Trader, at Trader Divergent. There you go. At Trader Divergent. He has some really good posts here. And this one, this one really hits home for me. I've told this story before, but let's tell the story again, and hopefully you new traders out there can learn from this, but let's see what it has to say. Always remember, every big loss starts with a small loss. That's true. Don't fall into the trap of becoming an investor. You know that move, right? Well, I'm going to trade, and then if it's a positive trade, I'll get out, I'll take profits, feels good, but If it's not a positive trade, I'll hold on to it. And how many times have you heard someone say, well, I bought XYZ stock, it's down, but it'll come back. I'm kind of a long-term investor now. That's the mindset, right? That's the ego. We don't want to take a loss. Well, every big loss starts with the small loss. The biggest losses I ever had, over $1 million, started with a $10,000 loss. I'm looking at the desk where I was sitting when that happened, and I thought, 10 grand? I don't want to take a 10 grand loss. That would be insane. Why would I want to do that? Well, I had just started trading. I really didn't know. 85% of the time, yes, your losses will come back. That's just it. But there's that 15% of the time approximately where it will just keep going down and it will go to zero. I was in my mid 20s, and what did I buy? I got the daily double. I got WorldCom and Enron, and I rode it all the way down to the ground. So I know of what I speak here, and that's why I'm telling you the story. Most of the time, your losses will probably come back. It's true, but you cannot set yourself up to just being a long-term investor because it may go to zero like it did. So please remember that. It's not fun to take a loss. Yep, it hurts your ego. There's no doubt about it. But egos have lost more money for people in this market probably than anything else. So please remember that. The Divergent Trader, great channel on Twitter, @TraderDivergent. And that was helpful for me, and I hope it was helpful for everyone else. So thank you, Divergent Trader. All right, Kamal is here. Good to see you, buddy. Hope you're doing well. How's the pup doing? Kamal has a new puppy, and I'm sure the family's enjoying that, keeping everyone on your toes. But thank you for everything that you do for this channel, Kamal. Really mean that. And nice going on your Shopify trade. Looking pretty good so far. All right. Does anyone have any questions at the moment? Anybody like to look at any one of their particular symbols before we start looking at intraday stuff? If you do, please let me know. This would be a good time to do it. I'm a little early on the podcast, or I'm a little ahead of schedule, I should say. Now, I wanted to show you this chart. Bitcoin has just got hammered, obviously, but we are at a pretty good level here. Bitcoin closes at 5 p.m. under 30, over 30, and an under 200, over 200. If you are a Bitcoin crypto type of person, this does offer a good risk to reward ratio here. It's a higher low close back above the 200-day moving average. Really good risk to reward, and at least for now, it is holding and supporting that 200-day moving average. Will it at the end of the day? I have no idea, but again, that closes at 5 o'clock Mountain Time. So there's 3 minutes, 30 seconds, 3 hours, 30 minutes, 24 seconds left. But if it does close above the 200-day moving average, I will be placing a trade on Bitcoin. Bacon Bandit is here. Good to see you, my friend. Hope you are doing well. I spoke with Duncan the other day, mutual friend of ours. Bacon Bandit says, Cube rejected the 50 RSI. If you were in it, would you get out? Let's take a look. Where did Cube go? Here we go. Yes, I would, for sure, because it was at a 50 RSI yesterday. I mean, I think the more important thing here is whether or not it's going to hold the end of day stop. I guess currently it is, but it's holding, but it has lost the 50 RSI. So my rules for that Bacon Bandit, is that I would sell half. If it closed below my end of day stop, I would get out of the entire position. But as is, if it holds the end of day stop, but it has lost a 50 RSI, I would sell half because that is a red flag. Frank says, please share your thoughts on tomorrow's Fed meeting. Well, who knows? Honestly, I think the most honest answer I can give you, Frank, is I don't know. There'll probably be volatility. I think that's a give me or a give 'em or a chip shot or whatever we want to call it. Yeah, there'll definitely be some volatility. I mean, it's all going to depend on what the Fed says. I'll probably be pretty conservative going into that with day trades, because if we know one thing from Fed meetings, and probably especially this one, there is going to be movement. A lot of times when you have big news events like that, the market will go one way initially and then reverse. I'm not saying that that's going to happen, but I would say if you're day trading around that time, be very careful. Respect that the market could move dramatically. I think it's also options expiration on Friday, so I think we definitely could have some volatility. But I don't know, maybe Steve could chime in on that. Irene, hello. Oh yeah, VASK I cannot backtest that. Not backtest that. I cannot look at that on the chart, unfortunately, Irene. I've already tried. Hey, Evan, good to see you. Dash. All right, so DoorDash. Not bad, actually. Let's see. Yesterday, I don't know if we went under 30, over 30, but we did have a false break out to the downside here as well. Not too bad. I mean, you could buy it here. We're up against the 5 EMA. Let's take a look at the weekly. Weekly is holding that -2 ATR channel, so I think that gives a decent risk to reward there, Evan. That's my take on Dash. All right, so the Dow's only down 31 points now. NASDAQ's still down 128, and the S&P down 24. I'm just taking a look at my other positions. I have some weekly positions and some monthly positions. They seem to be doing okay. The Merck trade on the weekly was really good. So, all right. Let's take a look at some potentials today. Amazon I like. It's a false breakout to the downside. It's a close over the 200-day moving average. If we back test Amazon off of the 200, $1,460% return, not too bad, not as good as buy and hold, but the drawdown is a third less as well. So this does back test well. It's a great stock. Amazon is, and a pretty good risk to reward ratio, but a lot of things going on here. False breakout to the downside, close above the 200-day moving average. So I do like Amazon today as a possibility. Alibaba, higher low V2. I like when the V1s, the higher low V1s, V2s come into the value zone a little bit more, ideally up to like the 20 EMA, and then come back and back test the -1 ATR channel and then trigger their V1 or V2. But right now, I don't think I'm going to buy Amazon Alibaba, because it has rejected the -1 ATR channel above it. MACD is positive. That's good. But I would prefer this to be a little higher in the value zone, and mainly also as well, I would, at the very least, I'd like to see this back up, close in the value zone. Right now, it's below it. CCL, well, earlier in the day, it was looking like we may have a higher low V2. This is what I'm talking about. Closing below the value zone, coming into the value zone, having a pullback, back testing the -1 ATR channel, which it did, but still no trigger here as of yet. So I'm going to put that over there. Another potential today is Facebook. Steve and Karen took Facebook yesterday with the close over the 200-day moving average and the 520 crossover. We gapped down. We have rallied back up. We have a higher low V1 and as of right now a close above the 200-day moving average. So that all looks good. That is definitely a potential. Google, wow. Really great opportunity to buy intraday at that 100-day moving average. Right now, I probably wouldn't buy it. There's too much movement in here, too much profit from the people that bought down here. You know, if you really wanted to buy over the 50, I guess you could, but I think I will pass on Google. Netflix really has come down quite a bit. Let's take a look at the RSI on Netflix. Got to 3277, didn't bounce off the -1 ATR channel. Also has a false breakout from the downside, but I don't buy just rejections of the -3 ATR channel. I need it paired with an under 30, over 30, something like that. But it does have a false breakout to the downside here. Let's take a look at the weekly. Weekly's just smack dab in the value zone, so pretty good location on the weekly, but not a valid setup for me yet on Netflix. Shop did have a rejection of the 250-day moving average. It has rejected the 200 above. Let's back test that and see what Shopify has to show for us. And that was the 250, right? Yeah. It does backtest very nicely off the 250, 2581 compared to 4670. Drawdown is less than buy and hold. So it has rejected the 250, has rejected the previous low, giving us a false breakout to the downside. Ideally, we'd have a double bottom bullish divergence here, something like that. Let's look at the weekly. Weekly is pretty good, holding the 50-week moving average. So Shopify is definitely a potential here as well. False breakout to the downside and a V2. Here is day 1, here is day 2, here is day 3. 2 washes out 1, 3 closes above 1, also above the 100-day moving average. If we look at the weekly, it's smack in the value zone. The confluence that I like the best on this kind of trade is an under 30, over 30, under 100, over 100. I mean, this is decent. It really is. I mean, it's green on a down day, so there's pretty good relative strength there, but I don't think it's one of my favorites. XLF was looking for a higher low V2 earlier in the day. It had triggered, but it had untriggered. Now we closed below the value zone. We rallied into the value zone. We had a nice pullback, Karen. You know, if you remember from our last lesson, we had a nice pullback to the -1 ATR channel. And then a trigger of a V1 or a V2 earlier in the day, but it has untriggered because here's day 1, 2 washed out 1, tested the -1 ATR channel. Day 3 got above day 1's close, but it has to close there. I mean, you can take the trade right when it triggers, but if you take it and then it untriggers, I get out. And it's just the difference between lag and whipsaw. If you wait till the end of the day, you have a more what's the word? You have more, I'm drawing a blank. Oh well, I'm not going to worry about it. So anyway, XLF has untriggered. INDA, rejection of the 250-day moving average. It's under 30 RSI. I'll still buy something under 30 RSI if it does have some support underneath it, something major. Let's take a look. I don't know if we can back test this. I'll try. INDA. Yep, we can off of the 250. Yeah, it does back test a little bit, 24.2%. So not great, only a 10% win percentage. I probably stay away from that one, honestly. All right, so we have Amazon here. False breakout to the downside, rejection of the 250, rejection of the 200, weekly rejection of the 50. I like that. Is down. It is a down day as well. Facebook, higher low V1, 520 crossover. MACD is positive. Let's take a look at the weekly. Weekly is stuck right at the 50 SMA. I'm sorry, right at the 50 RSI. So I think I still like Amazon better. And then Shopify is also good with this rejection of the 250 and of the 50. Hang tight. I have to take care of something real quick and I will be right back. So let's put our thinking caps on between Amazon, Facebook, and Shopify. All right, so obviously all three of these are in tech. So I'm only going to be buying one if I buy any at all. Amazon coming down a little bit, which is fine. It gives a better risk to reward ratio. Again, if we look at the weekly, holding that 50, it's respecting the 50. Facebook has triggered a V1, but very close to untriggering. And then Shopify, I think I'm going to go with Amazon here because it cleared both the 250 and also cleared the 200. But let me put these up here. Amazon, Facebook, and Shop. Amazon. Facebook. And Shopify. Those are my three. I'm leaning towards Amazon because the great back test. Facebook, it looks like it has untriggered the V1 now. And Shopify, we have the rejection of the 250, but we also have the rejection of the 200. So there's kind of a conflict there. I guess on Amazon, I'm just waiting for Amazon maybe to pull back to the 200, but my end of day stop will also be the 200-day moving average as well. $175.08. All right, so that's 250. And over here, $300. All right. Okay, so give me one sec. $174.72. Let me do a little math here. Okay. All right, so again, AGQ, I exited the open with the emergency stop. DIA, Still in the trade, still positive. PayPal, I exited PayPal because it moved 1.5 ATRs from entry and then came back to my entry point using an under 30 over 30. Those are the rules, but still was a positive trade, but I'm out of PayPal. SPY, of course, I will be buying SPY at the close as usual, selling it first thing tomorrow morning. And now THC looks like it has gone negative on the day, but still positive on the trade. Oh, good. Here's some feedback from Steve on Frank's question. I just trade my signals through Fed announcements since there are so many of them, and 9 out of 10 create no meaningful long-term moves. There you go, Frank. Probably good advice. I don't know. Tomorrow's might be. I kind of have a feeling it's going to be dramatic. I don't know, but that is Steve's move right there. He just trades the signals through. Evan says, thank you. Nigma says, AMC under over 30. Yeah, AMC has been, I haven't looked at it, but I think I saw a headline. It's not bad. It's an under 30, over 30. It's a V1. It's a rejection of the negative third ATR channel. Came on a lot of volume. Let's look at the weekly. Weekly has rejected the negative 2 ATR channel, which is below. Above, it's rejected the 50. Just be careful with that stock. I mean, that obviously moves a lot. I mean, is this a dead cat bounce here, or is it just short covering? I don't know, but it's a good risk to reward ratio. The RSI is only 31.15, so I think that's a pretty good setup there. Under 30, over 30, under the negative third, over the negative third, and a V1, all happening on the same day. We do have probably going to have previous resistance here at the low of the range, and you can see we got right up to it, and that is where it failed. So hard to know. It's hard to know. But it is a good triple confluence of signals for sure. Paxton would like to look at AXP. It's good, Paxton. I like it. I like it a lot. It's a higher low rejection of the 200-day moving average and the negative 1 ATR channel. And it's higher low. MACD is positive. And from the weekly perspective, the only thing I don't like on the weekly here, Pax, you probably know, we have a big down bar. We rally. We have rejected the halfway of that big down bar this week. And it looks like today, that's the green line. I guess you're just going to have to see whether or not that holds to 200. But it's a higher low rejection of the 200-day moving average while MACD is green, and rejection of the negative 1 ATR channel. That's a good setup. Whether it's going to be profitable or not, who knows? But good analysis and good pick there. MANH, good risk to reward. Looks like a false breakout to the downside. My only concern here, Paxton, on MANH is the volume. Only 216,000 shares traded. So when something has that low of volume, I usually stay away from it. On the weekly, I don't see anything I really love here. There's really no support until we get down to about 143 on the weekly. David is here. Hello, Greg and group. Nice to see you, David. Hope you're doing well. CLH. Same thing, Paxton, 144,000 shares traded here. It's not a lot. It doesn't give me a lot of confidence in the liquidity of this stock. It's already rejected quite a thing, and there's not a lot of weekly support here either. Steve says, I exited IWB. Oh, I don't remember having IWB on there. Oh yeah, I had that problem with the computer. Oh, I see. Okay, so Steve took the 520 yesterday, and it's down, so he's exiting that. Okay, I'll get that taken care of. Karen says PLTR. Think it went under 30, over 30. False breakout, downside V1. Hey, you're speaking my language, Karen. Yeah, this does look like it went under 30. Let's take a look. Come on, buddy. Where are we? Yeah, 2780 looks like the low. False breakout to the downside V1. How could this be better, Karen, if we had a double bottom with a bullish divergence? But we don't have one. But let's take a look at the weekly. Weekly has rejected the -2 ATR channel above. It doesn't really have support other than the low of last week. The RSI has a positive MACD divergence. I mean, it's fine. It's up on a down day. You know, it's up on a down day. Has a good risk to reward ratio. Also has a V1. Has a false breakout to the downside. Yeah, I think it's pretty good. All right, what's Amazon doing? Amazon is still holding the 200-day moving average. I like Amazon. I think I'm going to pass on Facebook. I think I'm going to pass on Shop, but I do like Amazon, and I will just be waiting till the end of the day to buy Amazon. AIG. Oh, why didn't I have AIG on there? That was love as I remember looking at that earlier. All right, so AIG does have a higher low V2. We closed below the value zone. We came into the value zone. We pulled back. We retested the -1 ATR channel. The V2 has triggered. Here's day 1. 2 washes out day 1. 3 closing above day 1's close and rejecting. MACD went positive here. It's up nicely. It did reject the 100-day moving average, Mike. I think that would be my biggest concern. If I look at the weekly, weekly's fine. It's smack dab in the value zone. It's holding the 50 RSI. But it did reject the 100-day moving average, and I think because of that, me personally, I would probably not take that trade. That's my take on that, Leva. Yeah, that AMC looks pretty good. Enigma. Only thing though was on that weekly, not the weekly. We had the big down bar yesterday. We're right at about halfway of that. That's one concern. See the big down bar? See how we've rallied right back from a 50% retracement level? That's a little concerning to me right there. I think I like Amazon the best today. I will be buying Amazon at the close. As long as it holds the 200, that is. Paxson wants last pick, JP Morgan. Yeah, I saw you guys talking about this. I think our charts are a little different, however, because I think you were talking about the 200-day moving average. Dividend adjusted, I think that's the difference, but it's not a V1, it's not a V2, it's a false breakout to the downside here. You know, you could use the 100-day moving average there as your level, but I would feel a lot better about this if it was there was a double bottom or a bullish divergence. So let's take a look at the weekly. We have 5 minutes left. Weekly's fine, holding good there, that's for sure. All right, let me take care of that. Well, looks like we had a big down move. 174. Okay. All right. So it looks like the NASDAQ is down 189 points now. Amazon seems to be holding still. I will be waiting on Amazon to see if it closes above the 200. That's the deal. For me, anyway. About 4 minutes to go. Paxton says our charts are not different often, but they are in JPM. Yeah, because of the dividend. Yep. All right. So let's take care of that right here, like so. Good, done. Three minutes to go. I'm going to go ahead and buy Amazon here. With the close over the 200-day moving average. My end-of-day stop will be a close below, but false breakout to the downside, rejection of the 200 and the 250. That's all good. And so that is my trade today. And Steve did exit IWB. Ava says, my chart is dividend adjusted and it's under over 200. Huh. Well, I guess I'll have to look at that after. I don't know. Did I type in the right stock? JP Morgan, right? Well, I am dyslexic, so maybe I typed it in wrong. No. Or was it JMP? No. All right, so I am going to go ahead and buy Amazon here. Oh, I see what I did. I thought I already did. There we go. All right, we have about 45 seconds left on my end. Fifteen seconds left. Looks like there's a bit of a rally going on here. And that's that. So let's see where I bought my stuff today. I bought Overnight SPY at 463.36, and I bought Amazon at $3,383.20. So on the SPY here, 463.36. For the overnight SPY trade, and then Amazon I bought at 3383, 3383.20. All right, and I did get stopped out of AGQ today with my emergency stop. I did get stopped out of PayPal back at break even. All right, so listen, if any of my students have any new entries or exits for me today that they would like me to update on the board, this would be the time. Go ahead, put them in. I'll get to those momentarily. Just want to let everyone know that I do teach private one-on-one lessons in the evening time via Skype. I love to teach. I'm a good teacher. I teach a great course where I teach you all 5 of my trading approaches. I teach you step by step so you know exactly what to do in any particular moment, how to position size, end-of-day stops, maximum allowed stocks, emergency stops, how to take profits, how to use trailing stop levels. Everything you need to know, everything that I require for myself of a trade is what I teach you in this class. The class is 15 hours long, just you and I, just one-on-one. There's 5 sessions. Each session is 3 hours. It's a very intense course. I ask you a lot of questions. We do a lot of simulation trading. It's very important to me that my students succeed in trading, and so I bring 110% to every lesson, and I know you're going to be a better trader if you take this course with me. And I think one-on-one's the best way to learn anything, whether it's ice skating, guitar, trading, having a one-on-one coach and one-on-one mentor is important. It does cost $1,750, but in my opinion, it is worth every single penny. And I have had so many great traders that I've trained all around the world. So if you are interested to start the process, all you need to do is send me an email. Email is in the link of this YouTube video. Just say, Greg, I'm potentially interested in taking your course. I'll say, that's great. That's wonderful. Let's have a Skype call, get to know each other a little bit better. It's not a sales call. I promise you that. All I want to do is learn more about you, learn more about your trading, what your challenges are, what your goals are, and then it's a great time for you to ask me any specific questions about the course. And then when we're done with the call, think about it as long as you want. If you're interested, you can contact me back. I won't contact you back. I don't like when people do that, right? So it's on you. If after the Skype call you decide you want to do it, just email me. We'll get it scheduled, and away we go, and we will start learning together. Number 2, I have a great online course available at udemy.com. It's called the Deep Dip Buy Stock Trading Strategy. It is a great course. I use the Deep Dip Buy intraday. I use it dailies, weeklies, monthlies. It's a wonderful strategy, not too hard to learn. And in the Udemy course, there are 26 videos total. There's 9.5 hours of content, 15 study guides. And also, if you take the course and you have a question, just come here to the live stream and you can ask me and I will answer and show you up on the charts. It's a good way to have your questions answered. It only costs 12 or 15 bucks, and the link is available in this YouTube video. The Udemy link is there. So go check it out. It's super affordable. It's going to help you become a better trader. I promise you that. And then lastly, if you like today's podcast, I would really appreciate it if you could hit the thumbs up button. It helps to build the channel. It helps keep the channel around, lets YouTube know there's some valuable content here. And so if you did learn something valuable today or in recent days, if you don't mind hitting the thumbs up button, it really helps the channel out a lot. Okay. So let's see who did what today. Okay, I saw something from Steve. Okay, exited IWB. Okay, Steve, got you out of there. Dr. Jorgensen, hey buddy, what's going on? Bruce says, have a great hike. Good day in Las Vegas to be in the casino. Windy and cold on the outside. Okay, well, we are all in our own little casino here at the moment. The casino just closed, though. Dr. Jorgensen says, I am quite sure they are giving away money as usual. Yeah, of course. They just hand it out by the handfuls. Bruce says, Amazon, goodbye. I thought so. Lova is out of PayPal. Okay. In Amazon. right. Ava is in a half of Amazon. Is that like a mini Amazon? Ava, 1/2. Done and done, Ava. Also in Facebook. I've got 2 Facebooks on here. All right, let's move this Facebook over to that. Now we still have too many Facebooks. All right. And so Ava is also in at 332. Okay. Oh, you got a good price on it. Very good. I like that. Nice job there, Ava. At a Tesla yesterday. Yeah, I took Tesla off. I couldn't imagine that Ava would have stayed in through that. What did Tesla do today? I think it was down again, right? Yeah, it was. Glad that you got out of there, Ava. Wiener Dog says, out of IWM at break even. Okay, good. I'm always impressed with people that can take break-even trades. I think it's a sign of a mature trader. Kamal says, I kept the shop at 1345. All right, 1345. Got it. Nice $9 trade there for Kamal so far. Way to go. Okay, Paxton is out of ABT. That was a monster, Packy. I like that. It lost the 5 EMA. It's a bit of a bad sign. And out of half of DIA. I think I already have you guys selling half. All right, so I think that's correct. Kamal says, thank you, Greg. Have a great day, traders. Thank you, Kamal. Frank says, the spirit of Marty Zweig won't let me buy anything today. I love Marty Zweig. When I was 14, 15 years old, Frank, I was reading his books. I always liked when he was a guest on Wall Street Week with Louis Rukeyser. I'm sure you're familiar with that show. Yeah, Marty Zweig. He was kind of the William O'Neill before William O'Neill, if I remember right. Lova says, I missed the AGQ sell earlier. I stayed in since it's a under 30, over 30, under negative third ATR channel now. Okay, well, that makes sense. You are definitely allowed to do that. So I still have Ava and Lova in AGQ, and it is still holding the 30 RSI. Your MSTR was up today, Lova. Glad to see that. Paxton says, we were out of a half an hour out of another half. So you have a quarter. Okay. Excellent. All right, let's see what's going on after hours. Apple is up 6 cents. Amazon is up $2.25. That's good. The diamonds are unchanged. Merck is unchanged. SPY is down a penny. THC is unchanged. TLT up a penny. Twitter unchanged. VIXI up 20 cents. Okay. All right. So if you have any other questions, anything I can help you with, clarify, anything you want to add, go ahead, put it in the live stream now. Just want to read my daily little quote here from Martin Kornfeld. If we all do one random act of kindness daily, We just might set the world in the right direction. It's a great saying, something I try to incorporate into my life every day, just trying to do one nice thing for another person, whether I know them or not. Makes me feel good, makes them feel good. If you could also try to do something nice for an animal that you come across, they would appreciate it as well. And maybe one day, if you need it, somebody will be there for you. But I think it really would help the world if we all did one random thing, one random act of kindness daily. And hey, let's let it start with us. Lovis says, thank you to Gary for keeping me in MSTR. Well, so far, glad to see that's up. What is, Bitcoin's up $1,560 at the moment. Wow. That's good. We were talking about that earlier with the rejection. Here, let's take a look at the real, yeah, there we go. Right above there, up nicely. That's good. We're halfway of yesterday's bar, though. Whether that's going to cause issues or not, I don't know. All right, everybody, I guess that's it for today. I appreciate you coming. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Be good, be safe, drive safe. Try to do something nice for someone today and for an animal as well. Paxton says, thanks for all your wishes and prayers for Tracy's mom. Have a great day. Yeah, she's been on my mind ever since you told me that, Paxton. So let's all pray and send some good wishes to Tracy's mom, Paxton's mother-in-law. After having to go in the ICU, unfortunately. So I hope she makes a full recovery, obviously. All right. Well, I think that's it, everyone. Like I said, have a good day. Hey, if you can remember and you like today's podcast, I would appreciate it if you could just hit the thumbs up button before you get out of here. That would help greatly. So appreciate you being here, everyone. And what's tomorrow? Tomorrow's going to be a big day, Wednesday, Fed meeting. So remember, could be volatile. Keep that in mind, please, okay? And on the way out here, I have to run the U.S. legal disclaimer. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye. U.S. government required disclaimer. Stock, options, futures, and Forex trading is not appropriate for everyone. While there is a potential for large rewards, there is also a substantial risk of loss associated with trading. The material in this video or live broadcast is not geared towards any particular individual or to any particular financial situation and is not intended to meet the particular investment objectives of any viewer. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Any and all information contained in, implied, or referenced by this video or live broadcast is not to be construed as investment advice, and no representation is made that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast is an investment or financial advisor or is registered or authorized to give any financial advice. We are publishers and educators only. Therefore, the various producers of this video or live broadcast will not accept liability for any loss or damage of any kind which may arise either directly or indirectly out of the use of any of this material, including any loss of profit. No representation is made that any account or investment will or is likely to achieve the profit or losses demonstrated. We recommend consultation with a licensed and qualified professional before making any investment decision. This video or live broadcast is not to be construed as an offer to buy or sell any security, financial instrument, or financial product of any kind. Notice is hereby given that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast or their clients may have an interest in any security, financial instrument, or financial product mentioned or referenced. Any simulated or hypothetical performance result depicted does not represent actual trading and therefore may under or overcompensate for the impact of various market factors such as lack of liquidity. Thank you.